Welcome to Made for More podcast, where faith and personal growth converge. I'm Julia, and I'm honored to guide you on a journey of empowerment and transformation alongside our occasional co-host, Omar. We are passionate believers and advocates for unlocking your God-given full potential. Join us as we explore the intersection of faith, life, business, and relationships, igniting a fire within to embrace the truth that your life is destined for greatness. Together, we'll uncover strategies, insights, and stories that inspire and equip you to become the best version of yourself. Get ready to embark on a fulfilling quest towards personal and professional fulfillment, guided by faith and the unwavering belief that you, my friend, are made for more. Don't change the channel. It's me, Julia Graham Chapman, and y'all, we did it. We made it to 100 episodes. I really almost got my music out. I wanted to do the celebrate good times. Come on. Because this is a celebration. This is crazy. I mentioned on the last episode that I wasn't even sure I could make it to 100 episodes. But then I was like, I can do it. I know I can do it. Do I even have 100 episodes of content, right? And it's interesting how once you get going, things just start happening. And so I'm going to talk to you about what's next and what to look forward to. But before I get to that, I just want to take a moment and just be grateful that this goal was hit. If you haven't heard, I am doing a course, a new course, to go with the one I have. My goal is probably to have 5 courses on content that I feel like I am really good at, that I can teach on and train on. And so the next one that I felt like was the one to do next is making your goals, your dreams, a reality. And I even started thinking, I wonder if people are interested in podcasting and if I need to do a course on that. But if I do, it'll be much later but the next one is more than likely going to be how to do a full-time job and a part-time business, or, basically having multiple streams, multiple things, especially if you're a mama, how to balance that all. I get asked that a lot. So that'll more than likely be the third course. But the second one is just how to make your dreams your dreams and goals a reality. And this was a dream. This was a goal. And I literally just crushed it and made it a reality. And I want to share how I'm able to do that, even in the midst of the chaos, because y'all, life gets crazy for me too. I promise it does. Some of the things that happen in my life, people would never know. And people would probably be like, what? I just don't let it stop me. I stay the course, okay? And so I want to share those things with you guys in the upcoming course. But first, let me just say thank you. Thank you for making it to 100 episodes. If you have listened from episode 100, from 1 to 100, stand up, give yourself a standing ovation that you have listened to all 100. And in fact, if that is you, if you have listened to episode 1 all the way to 100, I want to hear from you. I want to know if that is you, because I just need to know. If you've been here since day 1. If you haven't been here since day 1, but you went back and started listening, and that's you too, I want to know. But definitely, while I take this break in December, look and see all episodes and start scrolling and see which ones that you feel like the titles kind of speak to you and you want to tune in. Okay, you can save podcast episodes. I listen to several. I have 30 in my subscribed ones. I hope you guys have subscribed to my podcast as you're listening to this. So I have 30 there. And then out of those 30, I go and click save so I can listen to the saved ones later, or love it for favorites and things like that. So you can kind of organize your podcast episodes and podcast shows to meet your needs. Definitely take some time to do that if you haven't yet. I do believe in sometimes listening to the same episode more than once. I've done that with other people, and sometimes I hear something different the next time. So even if you've I've heard that one, maybe you need to save it or favorite it so you can listen to it again. So thank you for people that have subscribed. Thank you for all of you that have shared this podcast. This podcast won't continue to grow if it's not the referrals and people are like, oh, I listened to this one girl that keeps it real. She's a straight shooter and she doesn't hold back any tips and strategies. She just gives it to you. You got to follow her. You got to listen to her podcast. Like, I appreciate you for that. I appreciate the people that are here that are not even in business, but they're like, I like your vibe for life because I get some life hacks from you, some organizational things, some spiritual things. Like, I love that you're here too, and that friends and family that support, like, I love that. Because one thing I've learned in life is that everyone that's your friend and family don't always support you in business or in life or just whatever. And so the people that do that mean a little bit more to me, because they are basically saying like, hey, like, I know this is your little thing and I don't get it. Some people are like, I don't even get it, but I'm here for it. I'm supporting you. And that's the friends and families that I love and adore. So thank y'all. If you have not left a review yet, let's not end the year without leaving a review. If you go to the show notes, you will see where it says rate this podcast. You can click on that link. It's ratethispodcast.com/JuliaKeepsItReal. Click on that link and it'll take you literally 2 seconds to go and rate the podcast. Or you can go, if you're an Apple iTunes, the purple icon on an Apple phone, you can go there, scroll all the way to the bottom, click write a review, put it in. I can even still do some, if we get some new reviews, some more giveaways. I haven't done a giveaway in a while because I haven't had any new reviews, but I am still having lots of downloads. So thank y'all for downloading. Thank y'all for listening. But I would love, love, love if you could write a review before we end the year, okay? So what is next for Julia Keeps It Real Podcast Season 2, 2022? That's kind of cool. What's next is I'm going to have more guests on the show. Like, I just kind of wanted to get a feel for things, get things going. I feel like I have a lot of content here now, and now it'd be kind of cool to just have interviews, to have some conversations. I don't always love interviews when I listen to other people's podcasts, so I'm like, but I do feel like I have people in my life that you guys can benefit from and learn from. And sometimes interviews are really great when the interviewer asks the interviewee good questions. Like, sometimes people spend too much time doing all the talking, and y'all know I'm not big on like fluff. I'm a straight shooter. So I want to spend more time on what are some takeaways, what's some value that person can bring to my network, my people, right? And so I've had a few guests on the show. I know, like, I've brought in Lindsay from Network Marketing, top business lady, and she shared her tips. I brought in my friend Janine, who has her own boutique, and her challenges, and even being a Black female in the business world and how she overcame some of those things for launching her own business. I've had girls' night with some girlfriends and single ladies and talking about dating before marriage. So if you haven't seen any of those episodes, definitely check those out. But I have a list of like probably 15 or 20 people that I want to like bring on the show. And if you're like, I would love to be on the show, I think I have something valuable to add, or I know somebody that's in real estate, or I know somebody that's in business, or I know somebody that's really great in their spiritual journey, or I know somebody that's great at like organization and life hacks and just being a better person or whatever. Like, if you know somebody, or if you are that somebody, reach out, let me know. I would love to chat with you and see if you would be a good fit. And if you feel like I would be a good fit to share your story, to share your journey, or even to market yourself, to like pitch whatever you're doing. So let me know. So we're going to have some more guests. You're not going to only hear from me. You're going to hear from other people that I feel like are super valuable that you maybe would never hear from because they don't have their own podcast, but they have something valuable to share. I want to bring that to the surface. Of course, you're going to hear about the courses as I'm going through them. Like I've mentioned before, we already have the leadership coaching course out. And depending on when you're listening to this, it is $99 for the rest of 2021, and it will go up to $199 in 2022. And that course is all about leveling yourself up as a leader, so that way you can lead your team either more effectively, or if you don't have a team, prepare you for how to lead that team and put you in that position so that way you can grow that team, right? And maybe it's like more so it's for business people and network marketing, but it can also be for if you have your own business and you have employees and things like that. I'm, of course, launching the Making Your Goals a Reality course. I've mentioned before I plan on launching the full-time worker business course. Not sure when that will launch. Maybe springtime, maybe summertime. And then we'll kind of keep going from there, what the Lord kind of puts on my heart to launch as far as courses. And then in January, we are starting. I've already opened the doors to the Faith+Freedom+Flow Club, which is a membership club that is coming up in 2022. If you haven't heard about it, definitely get into my business group. I will put this in the show notes as well since I have the link now. But it's basically almost $8 or a little bit over $8 a month. I think it's like $8.33, $100 for the year to be into this club. It is a monthly program. I'm going to do certain things every single month at a minimum. However, it's got to be paid for the year because it's once you're in the group, you're in the group for the year. So that launches soon. Live trainings, y'all. Quarterly group coaching. Lots of how and strategy. I will also give you some templates to download and use. I will also give you some time to have accountability. And if you do the things, you have a chance to earn some giveaways. You will also have a theme. So everything that month, and I might, I can't always plan. I want to have a minimum. That way you know what you're getting for $8 a month. But I also don't know what all I can say because maybe one month you're going to have 15 things because maybe it's about intentionality and I can put a lot about intentionality. And then maybe another month is about balance and maybe there's only 5 or 6 things that I really want to make sure we hit and focus. So you will automatically have those minimum requirements that I talk about on that link. But be prepared because y'all know I'm a sharer and I'm a lover and I want to give. And so I will more than likely on those months that I'm like, oh, this is my jam, I will love on that and make sure I give you lots of content, lots of strategies and hows and tips. Okay. The next thing that's next, y'all, is I don't know all of it. We're going to still ride this out. We're going to still figure out as we go. If you would have told me in the beginning of 2021, when I launched this podcast, that I would have made it through 100 episodes and have valuable content, I would have had certain guests on these shows. I would have made it to Florida to do one of those interviews. I would have gone to Paris and have some amazing times and reflection. If you would have told me a lot of these things, my spiritual journey, I would have been like, who are you talking about? That's not me. But again, my goal for 2021, one of my 10 goals was next level. And I can honestly say I am the next level. I have grown to be a next level with this podcast, with business, with life. And so I don't want to have it all planned out because I want God to use me. I want God to show up and I want things to flow, which is, again, why that membership club is going to be amazing because you will learn how to do that more instead of the hustle mentality I'm done with. I believe in working hard. I always will be that way. But I believe in the peace of mind and balance where you don't have to hustle. We can have a fruitful life without hustling. And so I won't figure out every single episode. Okay. So just know that I don't have what's next. It's not all planned out. I'm going to have some guests. Who knows who all the guests will be? We will see. Right. And so I just want you to know, my next is next again. I want to reach my next level again. Right. Who's with me on that? Who's ready to reach their next level? And if that's you, you definitely got to get the course because that's what we're going to gear you up towards. But you have to be ready. This course is not going to be ready it's not going to be for people that are oh, I want to be the next level, but you don't really want to put the work into it. Now, I don't mean not hustling doesn't mean you just sit on the couch and don't do anything. You got to put in some work, right? You got to grow. But I don't believe in exhaustion. I believe in working hard and getting your mind right and getting your heart right and being in the position. So we'll talk about all those things so that way you can live in abundance, okay? So lastly, I got for episode 100, y'all, before we close out this season and year is, I mentioned it before, but scroll through all these 100 episodes, see which ones speak to you, write the review if you haven't yet. That will be amazing. I will feel so loved. And I'm hoping that I still see some views and downloads even in this December month as I'm away, and I will definitely miss you guys. But if you're not already following me on social media, make sure you follow me, Julia Graham Chapman, on Facebook. Instagram, I believe, is Julia GC. And we're in that business group. You can see it in the show notes. And then, of course, like I said, go back and listen to some old podcasts. Even if you've heard it before, it might bless you in a different way this time. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I was thinking for a moment, and I didn't want to get emotional because y'all know I get emotional so easily around y'all these days. But thank y'all for listening to the 100 episodes. Thank y'all for an amazing season 1. God willing, season 2 will be even better. Love y'all. See you in 2022, God willing, for season 2 for amazingness, and stay tuned.